Guys, this warning, and please listen to me. Please listen to me when I say this. The FBI has already come out to say and give us all a warning about attending Pride events this year due to an increased threat of terrorism. So just be on the lookout for that as you guys are partying and having a good time for Pride Month. Terrorism, there's an increased risk this year because of the elections, of ISIS, all these other terrorist groups out here. Hope it doesn't get me demonetized by saying their name. But anyhow, all right, you guys, welcome back to the Alpha platform. I want to thank you guys so much for the love and support on the marriage video that my husband and I brought to you guys from Mexico. Thank you all for the positivity, the comments. I've been reading the comments, and I just want to come on very quickly because I have some errands to run, so this won't be a long video. But first, I just want to say thank you guys once again for the comments. I've been seeing a lot of comments telling me that I need to distance myself from my relatives and my mom specifically. What I want to say to that is I've already tried that. Like, my mom and I have had a tumultuous relationship ever since I got married in 2020. Like I said, I just noticed that our relationship changed when I met my husband and she was still single. And I know she has a desire to be married. So once I got married, our relationship dynamic changed, and that's okay. Once again, you guys are telling me to block her out of my life, but I don't feel like that's necessary. I've noticed that when I do that to my parents, that I'm only hurting myself, because no matter what we do, we are one with our parents. Like, when I look at myself in the mirror, I see my mom. I don't really see too much of my dad, but I see my mother. So when I'm at war with her, it's like I'm at war with myself, and I really don't want that right now. So we've been to therapy together. I've been to therapy on an individual basis. We've been to therapy together. Once again, we're just at a point where we respect each other, So I have my views and opinions, and she has her views and opinions, and we don't try to convince each other of how to live life or how to think about life. We just respect each other's boundaries. We don't watch each other's content, or we just kind of do whatever we need to do to maintain the peace, and it's working so far for us. So thank you guys so much for the love and support. We're kicking off Pride Month, so happy Pride Month. This is always a happy time for us LGBTQ people. I feel like we spend so much time talking about the negatives of being gay, the negatives of being a queer black man, and I want to take a moment to just talk about the benefits of being a queer black man, just being queer in general, to kick this month off. And when I think about it, the older I get, the more blessed and happy I am that I am gay. We went through a lot of challenges, you and I, as queer people. We went through a lot of challenges growing up, and I feel like many of us took those challenges and we turned them into lemonade. And what I mean by that is we took all the shame, the ridicule, and the guilt, and we used it to become overachievers, to become successful, to become driven, to become masters at whatever we were trying to craft. Many of us are masters today. Like, we're professionals, very successful professionals, artists, creatives today because of that shame and that persecution we experienced as a child. To touch on that a little bit more, I've noticed that, for example, my sister-in-law, she will have complaints about a man not liking her, or going through relationship issues where it's unrequited love. The dude is not doing her well. And my husband and I look at her like, is that it? Because that's all we know growing up is unrequited love, is being in love with people who don't love us back. We learned that from childhood. We learned that as teenagers, young adults. And now when you get to your 30s like I am, you're so used to it that you work through the trauma, you work through the pain, and now you're at a point where you're like, man, I'm willing to accept healthy love in whichever way, shape, or form it comes in, whether that's a black person, a white man, a Mexican man, whatever. Like, we're open and more realistic about what it means to be in love and what love looks like, because we don't have that many options like straight people do. So my mom and I, we will constantly have discussions. She will say, oh, I can never find a man. There's no men out here. And I'm thinking to myself, well, if I was able to find a man, how come you can't find a man? So straight people don't see how many options they have. And I feel like as gay people, we are more apt to appreciate the small options that we do have, Another topic I want to talk about is we're tough. Like, we're just tough people, bro. Like, we're very tough people. Once again, it goes back to our childhood. Like a lot of adults, a lot of heterosexual, cisgendered adults, they can't deal with not being part of the in group. They can't identify, they don't have empathy, and they can't identify with people who are not like themselves. You know, I feel like as queer people, we're forced to identify with those who are just considered outcasts of society, because that's who we are considered as. And we've developed strong empathy, compassion, the ability to put ourselves in other people's shoes. And as I've gotten older, I realized, bro, that's a superpower. Like I said in my last video, that's a superpower, because many people, they cannot put themselves in other people's shoes. Many people are very selfish. They're very self-entitled, self-centered, and they have no empathy for other people. And I feel like we as gay people, we tend to be more empathetic, compassionate towards. Hey you guys, this is Alvin from the editing room. So we cannot forget about the benefit that we have of being able to express our authentic selves. I feel like so many straight men and heterosexual people, they don't get the chance to just be themselves. We get to dress how we want, act how we want, dance how we want. And that's why I really support femme dudes and trans people on my platform, because those are the people that are traditionally and currently moving the movement forward, moving us forward towards, you know, greater progression, greater equality. Without those people out and loud and proud about it, we would be still stuck in the trenches. We would be, you know, still stuck post gay marriage. So I really appreciate the femme dudes out there. Shout out to you guys, and trans people out there. Shout out to you all as well. I don't play about y'all. I stick up for y'all. When I'm in a crowd and I hear people, gay people, because y'all like to do this, when I hear gay people going off on femme dudes who are wearing purses, dressing, you know, how they want to dress, or trans people, I don't, you know, mess with y'all. I don't hang with y'all. I don't have no dealings with y'all. I call y'all out in the crowd because I don't appreciate it. I really think we need to stick together and support those of us deemed less vulnerable or less desirable in this community, unfortunately. But you have a place. They have a place, and they are important. And without them, we would not be where we are today. Also, let us not forget, we know who we are. You know, like, so at my age, 34, and, you know, some of you guys in your 20s, you young gay guys, you know who you are as well. And people can't tell you who you are. For most of us, I would say, we can't be tricked into praying away the gay anymore. We can't be tricked into trying to be someone else that we're not. We can't be tricked into dating women when we don't like women. We can't be tricked into having children when we don't want children. We know who we are. And that is a huge benefit, a huge plus for our community, because a lot of people never fully realize who they are. They don't really realize who they are at all. People only do what they're told to do and what they're taught to do. And I think I heard a YouTuber say, gay people do what we want to do, straight people do what they can do. So I think that kind of fits this moment here. Another thing I like about being gay is the sex. Like, we're honest about our sexual lives and our sexual desires and what we enjoy and the type of sex we enjoy. You know, imagine the countless straight people who cannot be honest with their spouses about their sexual desires because it doesn't fit in line with whatever they were taught growing up. It doesn't fit in their religion or whatnot. So we're lucky on that aspect where we get to experience true sexual, like, liberation. And many people will never have that in their entire lifetimes. They'll go out and cheat. They'll have multiple baby mamas. They'll never get into relationships. Like, they're stuck in hookup culture because there's always a part of them, I'm just talking about straight men here. I feel like there's always a part of them that they close off to straight women because they can never truly understand each other. They have different roles in society, different agendas, different personalities, different ways of looking at the world. They can never truly understand each other, and that's why they're having this huge beef right now in social media. Men and women do not like each other. You're seeing that play out. They're not having kids together. They're not having sex together. They're going online and making a lot of money bashing each other. But us queer people, I feel like we're not in that arena. We get along with each other for the most part. We're able to work with each other in terms of relationships because we don't have gender roles and expectations placed upon us. We're not threatened by one of us making more money than the other as long as we're treating each other equally. I just feel like we have so many more options to live peacefully and to live in different ways compared to our straight counterparts. Another thing I want to talk about being gay is just being happy, being joyful. A lot of a lot of straight people, especially straight men, don't understand why we are happy, why we celebrate, why we dance, and why we want to be free. They don't understand what it's like to be an outcast and to survive that, man. Like, they don't get it. So when they see us happy, some of them are upset, jealous. They don't like it. Like, my husband and I, we never been to a Lady Gaga concert. By the way, if you have not seen her HBO special, I guarantee, like, man, you need to watch it. Please go on HBO Max or Max and watch her Chromatica tour special. Electric, amazing. We saw it in person, but man, when we sat down and watched it this past weekend, my husband was literally in tears because Lady Gaga creates music that's very like fun and artsy and dancey and, you know, art pop and pop iconic wise, you know. But when you look at the lyrics, her lyrics are very heartfelt. They're very emotional, touching lyrics. And my husband never cries. Never cries. Like, we'll watch Pose, this man will never cry. Watching that Chromatica tour concert on HBO Max was the first time I've seen my husband cry from artistry. And even I was in tears because I'm like, oh my gosh, like, the lyrics to these songs are amazing. So we have fun, bro. Like, us as queer men, we have fun, we have a good time, and we appreciate life because we know how hard life is and how hard life was for us as children when we were stuck in circumstances that we could not escape. So we became adults and we were determined to reclaim all the lost time, all the fun, all the sexual experiences, all the love and dating experiences that we missed out on. And now we can because we're older. And not only are we older, but we're making a lot of money. Like I told you guys before, we're making more money than the straight people are making. Like, we don't play games when it comes to our lifestyle, our quality of life. Again, that persecution has led many of us to become overachievers, and now that success factor is unmatched when it comes to our straight counterparts. So yeah, man, we have a lot to be appreciative of. I mean, no pregnancies, no unplanned pregnancies. Excuse me, guys. Just finished lunch. Excuse me. No pregnancies, no unplanned pregnancies, no child support, no alimony for the most part. We don't have to deal with women and their attitudes or expectations. We have it made in the shade, bro, as gay men. You know, we are entering the age of the gay man. Like, the gay man is on top of the straight man in this world, in this day and age. I feel like there is no man more masculine. There is no man that's doing better than the gay man in the USA right now. Right now, the gay man is. We're doing it, bro. We're doing it. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. How are you guys going to celebrate Pride Month? I do want to give you guys this warning. And please listen to me. Please listen to me when I say this. The FBI has already come out to say and give us all a warning about attending Pride events this year due to an increased threat of terrorism. So just be on the lookout for that as you guys are partying and having a good time for Pride Month. Terrorism, there's an increased risk this year because of the elections, of ISIS, all these other terrorist groups out here. Hope it doesn't get me demonetized by saying their name. But anyhow, be careful. Be careful out here. Be cognizant of your exits. I wouldn't stay out too long. Don't get into large crowds. Stay armed. Me and my husband, we believe in gay people being armed. And oh, did you get my text message about the license plate and the registration?
I got it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just finish this up. But yeah, just being armed as you guys are out and about celebrating Pride Month, My husband's here, so I'm going to go. Thank you guys for joining me today. More videos to come. Do not forget to like, subscribe to the channel. Thank you all once again. I'm just thankful. I'm always thank you guys, but thank you guys once again. Take care and peace.